Welcome back to Volume 3, or the third part of my violin teaching tutorials. Here we go. Alright, thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it. Every single one of the views that I get on these videos, I cherish and enjoy watching. I enjoy watching the views that you guys put on my videos. It's actually kind of fun. I only have one banana left because I went to the grocery store and got my own banana, so I wanted to try this orange out. Anyway, first off, of course, we got to cover the most important thing, and that is, boom! We got the socks. Yes. Cool. This is actually a new pair. I have two pairs of these amazing socks. If you get some, I guarantee you, your violin playing will be better. All right, today we are gonna jump right into getting you guys started on playing a little music. I'm gonna pick a very easy song and kind of teach you how I go about, or how I would teach you if you were in person, to play this very simple song. Now, the reason why I chose this song is, one, it's a great song. Two, it's not Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, because that was the very first song I learned and I hated it. It was terrible. And third, it's simple. So we're gonna be learning Jesus Loves Me in D. First up, I really need to invest in a less squeaky chair, because this is getting really annoying, and I hope it doesn't annoy you guys, but maybe I'll consider getting a different chair so it doesn't squeak so much. All right, so before I start actually teaching the fingering and actually playing it for you, I need to kind of go over how I'm going to be talking about my fingering and the positioning that I use on my violin. Now, I don't actually know how to read music at this point in time. Newsflash. I learned when I was about 10, halfway. I really don't know if you can call it actually learning. I learned back then, and then I had 6 months of classical teaching when I first started. And then after that, I started in my family band and played for 12 years. Now, most of the songs that we were playing in the band did not require or did not need to read music to play those songs, because what I would do is I would just listen to the part if we wanted to play a song, and I would copy that, or I would just write my own part. Now, it is very, very important to know how to read music, but also to be able to play by ear. If you learn how to read music, then you will most likely tend to use that as a crutch. Now, if you learn how to do everything by ear, then you can do most things if you're real good, but then if you want to go into the high-end classical side of things, you're going to be really hard-pressed to learn how to play those songs by listening to them. And I've run into some problems in that field myself. So maybe down the road, in another video, when I learn how to read music, I'll teach you guys in the most simple way that I can how to read music. But as of right now, I'm just gonna basically kind of go over with you just the basics of what I'm gonna be talking about and teaching you guys how to use it. All right, here's my beautiful violin again. Okay, now, if you can see right here, when I say first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, I will probably be saying 1, 2, 3, and 4 on D string, A string, E string. In this song, I don't actually think we're gonna get to the G string. What I'll be doing is, if I have an open string, then I'll say open G, and you can follow along, and if you wanna play along with me, you can follow along how I'm saying this, but I feel like I need to kind of go over with you how I am gonna be referencing this. It's not actually gonna be technical terms as far as musical, but just so you know and you're on the same page. So this first finger is just the first finger that I'm gonna be using, and I will say 1, second finger down is 2, 3, and 4. Now, most times when you play your fourth finger in an open standard major key like G, D, and A, and E, and all those on the violin, it's going to most likely be an open string on the next string up. So if I'm playing on a D string and I go down to hit my fourth finger on my D string, most likely it's going to be the A on the next string, because the way you string a violin is D, G, A, and E. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep it simple, and instead of playing my fourth finger, we're just gonna go to the open string. You can play your fourth finger if you feel the need, but for this video, I'm just gonna go to the open string and try to keep as many open strings as I can so that all of you guys out there can follow along and play with me. So, That is a good orange. All right, before I go and teach you how to play the song, I'm going to play it for you so that you can get an idea of what you're going to be learning. So this is Jesus Loves Me in the key of D, I think. Back to my not knowing how to read music thing. Bear with me. If I'm not correct, then I'll just put a gigantic letter on this video as to what key it's actually in so that you can follow along. All right, here we go. There you go. We're gonna have to get close up for this as I show you my fingering that I use for this particular song. Now, referring back to what I said earlier about how I'm going to number this thing, keep it in mind. Go back, rewind the video if you need to kind of refresh your memory, even though it was like 2 minutes ago. So, here we go. All right, for the first note of Jesus Loves Me This I Know song in D, hopefully, is the open A. Then, the next 2 bow strokes that you're going to be doing is your second finger on the D string, which is going to be... So that's 1, 2 on the second finger on the D string, and then you're going to go down to your first finger, back up to your second. So that is one stroke on the open A, 2 strokes on your second finger, 1 stroke on your first, 1 back on your second, and then 2 strokes on the open A again. So to repeat that first paragraph is... That was terrible. Very simple. Follow along. You can stop the video right here and rewind as many times as you want just to get that smooth. And that is the first line of the song. Then, as the song continues, that is the first finger on the A string, 2 bow strokes on that, goes up to the third finger on the A string, so to repeat that second paragraph, it's... Now, for beginners, try to make each note a separate bow stroke to kind of give you an idea of how many bow strokes are in it and the timing. So, to repeat everything we've learned is... Now, on to the third paragraph. Now that is exactly like the first one. So the first paragraph and the third paragraph are exactly the same. So if you learn the first one, you can just repeat the exact same thing for the fourth or the third one. Now the fourth one is 2 strokes on your first finger going down to the open string, so... And then open D all the way at the bottom. Second finger on the D string. 1 stroke on the first finger, and then back down to the open D. So if we repeat the whole thing. Now, that is the first verse to this song. Now, for the chorus or second verse, I don't really know how the song is configured, but here is the second verse. 1 longer bow stroke on the A, 1 longer bow stroke on the second finger of the D string. So to repeat that, 1 long bow stroke on the open A, back to the A, first finger on the A string, third finger on the A string, back down to the open A, open A, second finger on the D string, all the way down to the open D, back up to the second, down to the first. So to do that slowly, pretty simple. And then for the very last and final 2 paragraphs, repeating the first. So we start on the first finger of the A string, down to the open D string, second finger on the D string, first finger on the D string, down to the open D. So that is the full song of Jesus Loves Me. Now, if you want to change that key, you basically learn that fingering and you can apply that in any key you want. So we're going to go over the whole thing. Alright, so watch that video, rewind it as many times as you want so you can learn how to play that. Now, I will admit, I added a little bit of stylization and some flares in the very first time I played it. That is just stuff I've picked up over the years. If you want me to teach you how to do some of those techniques that I used, then just leave a comment and I will make a video specific for your needs because that's what I'm here for. So that is a wrap for volume 3. Please leave a comment. I need some suggestions on what kind of content you guys want. I'm trying to make this a regular thing. I do not know if I'm going to be able to do another video next week because I've got a busy schedule. I may have another painting video out. I don't know, but I need your guys' help. Please give me suggestions on something that I can video, violin teaching related, and I will see you guys next week. So, you have a wonderful day. Peace out. Also, before you guys go, just want to clarify, I know, the lampshade's crooked. And in my last video, it was also crooked. That was on purpose, just to annoy my OCD fans. You're welcome. Peace.